Temecula Valley Hospital's commitment has always been to deliver exceptional and compassionate care to our patients. Together, we have transformed the healthcare experience, bringing advanced technology and patient-focused care close to home. Our shared goal remains dedicated to providing superior quality healthcare to the communities we serve. Our values of compassion, trust, courage, innovation are at the core of everything we do. 10 years ago, the doors of Temecula Valley Hospital opened to the community for the first time, and since then we've been dedicated to defining a new era in healthcare. We saw our first patient on October 14, 2013, with over 500 employees and 100 physicians on the medical staff roster. You can only imagine the great care that first patient received. A multi-chamber ribbon cutting officially marked the celebration, and 7,000 members of the community attended the open house event, which included tours of the facility led by our amazing volunteers. This was a wonderful opportunity to set the standard and showcase just how focused on patient care we plan to be. The facility was designed with the patient in mind and to accommodate their every need. Everything from the location of electrical outlets to the placement of the televisions was determined by what would be most convenient for patients. With $150 million invested in the hospital's construction, it was long sought after by residents and local city officials eager to see the unique features, amenities, and specialty services we would offer. Later in 2018, we opened a new 29,000 square foot wing on the east side of the hospital's first floor. This brought with it an expansion to our surgical, cardiovascular, and neuroscience services. The additional cath labs and procedural rooms meant we could bring more advanced treatment and care options to the region. The community has always been central to our focus, which is why the Heroes Community Room was incorporated into this expansion. This room plays host to numerous educational and development opportunities for our staff, as well as community outreach and research programs. Since our opening, we've continued to invest in exciting new technology and have brought life-changing services to the communities we serve. We have successfully launched robotic-assisted surgery using the Da Vinci Xi surgical system, providing patients with an alternative option in minimally invasive surgery. We also offer advanced pulmonary and cardiovascular procedures and recently opened a new procedural suite for GI and pulmonary. Let's now take a look at some other notable milestones we've accomplished over the past decade.
There is a famous physician and author, Atul Gawande, who once said, "The extreme complexity of healthcare has become more than an individual clinician can handle, but not more than teams of clinicians can handle." I love this quote as I believe that teamwork is the secret ingredient to our success at Temecula Valley Hospital. Teamwork led to our overwhelming success in achieving significant awards and recognitions over the last 10 years. From our comprehensive stroke center designation to our 10 Leapfrog A grades, none of this was possible without the dedication of every team member past, present, and future in wanting to provide the best possible care for our community. These awards represent to our friends, neighbors, and the broader community that we take their health and safety seriously. They also represent the dedication of each of you to your careers and the pursuit of excellence in every service that you provide. Thank you for your dedication in achieving these accomplishments. We look forward to celebrating even more successes together with you over the next 10 years. The COVID-19 pandemic started in March of 2020, ending in May of 2023. During this time, the team at Temecula Valley Hospital screened 12,579 people for COVID-19. Of these, 4,781 were confirmed positive, with 1,836 being admitted. Tragically, 253 patients passed away from COVID-19 in our hospital. These numbers only scratch the surface of what it was like to work through the worst public health emergency in modern history. While the rest of the world stayed locked in their homes, hospitals prepared for the surges of patients through the fear and the unknown and uncertainty. It was humbling to participate in and watch the staff at TVH rise to this challenge, having no idea if or when it was going to end. This culminated in being recognized by the City of Temecula with Healthcare Worker Appreciation Day. This crisis once again highlighted all of the many strengths of the TVH team. We are grateful to the TVH team and their families for giving themselves so selflessly for our community during this time.
Southwest Healthcare Medical Education Consortium launched its GME programs in 2019 based out of Temecula Valley Hospital with 26 residents in the family medicine and internal medicine programs. We've now grown to 172 residents and fellows in 2023 within 12 ACGME accredited programs, mostly based out of Temecula Valley Hospital, and we still have plans to continue building a few additional programs over the next year. The hospital leadership, especially TVH CEO Darlene Wetton and COO Brian Visser, as well as the medical staff, have really embraced the residents and fellows, and this has elevated the culture of the hospital to one of an academic hospital, and we've been staying on the cutting edge of medical knowledge, research, simulation, and advances in healthcare. As we grow our graduate medical education programs, we are able to strengthen our clinical centers of excellence, such as Temecula Valley Hospital's cardiac program. In addition, we have residents rotating with our neurologist that helps strengthen the Comprehensive Stroke Center that is based out of Temecula Valley Hospital, and we're excited to see Temecula Valley Hospital's growth in clinical centers of excellence and how we can support that with our residents and fellows. Our goal is to retain over 50% of our GME trainees in our region, and to date we've been more successful than that. We've retained over 60% of our resident graduates. This helps us address the physician shortage in Temecula and the surrounding region and improve the health care of the local community and overall Southwest Riverside County population. We are very excited and proud of what we've built in Southwest Healthcare Medical Education Consortium and look forward to the continued positive impact that our residents and fellows will have on the community.
I have been volunteering at the hospital since July 2013. The primary job of the volunteers at that time was to escort applicants coming in for interviews and to role play as patients, so staff could practice getting us from emergency room to radiology, surgery, into the floors. We were all very excited to host an open house where hundreds of members of the community were granted a first look at the hospital and given quite the tour. And when we opened our doors, October 14th, 2013, we were ready. At that time, we only had volunteers in guest services and on the floors, but we quickly added them into other areas, including spiritual care, pet therapy, ED, and OR ACU. In the past 10 years, the volunteers have given a total of 179,325 hours. Besides working in our assigned areas, we also assist in community events, help with the joint replacement classes, discharge folders, symposiums. We enjoy what we do, and we are just happy to be able to help our community.
And like Sherry, I have also been involved from the very beginning. My husband worked with the team that designed the hospital, and while I was at another hospital having my open heart surgery, my husband's team would start each day in prayer and include me every morning. So I have a personal connection with Temecula Valley Hospital. When I first started volunteering with the hospital as a heart survivor, I would share with the cardiac patients my journey and give them hope. I can still remember seeing their faces when I shared my scar from my open heart surgery or identified with their red heart pillow that they held so close to their chest as I talked. Recently, the volunteers and the committee members had been wanting to do more to assist the hospital in support of all they had gone through. So we decided to form a foundation. After months of meeting, we decided on the name Temecula Valley Hospital Volunteer Foundation, which would be run entirely by the volunteers as an independent organization. Our committee worked very hard to establish our nonprofit and obtain our 501c3. Our nonprofit has celebrated our first anniversary and held our first successful fundraiser golf tournament. We are eager to continue on this journey to further support Temecula Valley Hospital and its mission.
Temecula Valley Hospital is recognized for its beautiful facility, state-of-the-art technology, and award-winning services. But none of our achievements to date would have been possible without our dedicated employees, providers, and volunteers. Our people are the heart of TVH. Here to share their memories with us are some of the TVH team who have been with us from day one.
I think our staff helps make us different than other hospitals. There are some very smart, compassionate, and caring people here at TVH.
My favorite memory through the years is I had a Spanish-speaking stroke patient on the 4th floor who was kind of depressed. I was working with him for several days, but he always would forget my name. So one day he asked me if my name meant something in Spanish. So I told him that my Bulgarian name translated into Spanish was Zorro. So he burst into laughter. Since then, whenever he saw me on the 4th floor, he always will say, "Here is Dr. Zorro."
TVH is different than other hospitals because we have some of the most amazing employees, and everyone works together as a cohesive group, no matter what department you work in. We all have the same values, and that is creating a positive healthcare experience for patients.
My favorite memory over the years at TVH was my family being selected and adopted by TVH. During the beginning of the COVID pandemic, my entire family was hit especially hard. My husband was a patient at the hospital while I had to care for the rest of my family at home during my own COVID infection. As we recovered, the CNO at the time actually hadn't delivered a basket to my house. The compassion and the outpour of support that I received from TVH was truly touching and such a great act of kindness that I will never forget.
The best part about working at TVH is the opportunity to serve our own community. We have an exceptional team that's committed to providing top-notch healthcare services, and being a part of this dedicated group is incredibly rewarding.
My most rewarding experience at TVH is working as a special procedure nurse and seeing the patients that come on a regular basis, once or every 2 weeks, for their procedure. They become not only my patient, but they also are like family.
There have been so many memorable moments in the last 10 years at TVH, but one that truly stands out is when we had the opportunity for a patient and her family to come back to see us after suffering a cardiac arrest and making a full recovery.
The best part of working at Temecula Valley Hospital is the people I work with. When you have co-workers and colleagues who are true professionals, caring and team workers, your day, although exhausting, makes it really rewarding.
The culture at TVH is truly special and is what sets us apart. Thank you to each and every one of you for being a part of what we have accomplished here together and for joining me on our exciting journey ahead.